So we've made it back and we're off to do the Enchanted walk after our King Billy walk last month. Down the same walkway till we get to the decision point. Definitely back in the alpine area. Hope you can hear the creek. So off we go. It's all board walked, I believe, but there will be a lot of people. But as ever, we have untroubled wildlife. Quite a sizable wallaby, all things considered. Hello. And as you can see here, the ground has very definitely been wallaby cropped. Sun's just come out and the temperature has skyrocketed, but we're moving into the scrub. As you can see, always nice to be back into the forest. The sound of running water, and there's the water itself. It's supposed to be about 20 minutes this walk, but we'll see. Serpentine path, which is a reminder to be aware of Joe Blake's. You can see the channel narrows there, but if we look towards the rear a bit, you can see how wide it gets when there's a storm on. Back into the sun and the terrible, terrible heat. Not a lot of flowers about at the moment, like there was last month. I have a choice here. I think I'll go to the left, but I will have to get down low and go, go, go. And out the other side. I'm back onto the track. Oh, downhill run. Being very careful of steps in this forest. I'll put a link to the video where I wasn't. Very nice dappled light through the old forest. With the sound of the water in the background. The top of the lichens there. They cover just about everything if you stand still long enough. Very pleasant sound of the water. Off to our left. There's the backdrop. Let's give you some idea of the size of the trees here. Quite pleasant afternoon. Nice, relatively still part of the creek. And more wallaby country in there. Can't see any at the moment, but we've already ticked off our wallaby for the day. Any more would just be a bonus. We'll look back over our shoulder at the waterline, and there it is, flowing reasonably gently. There's a little burble here and there. Now I'm not sure if this is a loop or it's out and back along the same path, but we will see. Tall trees but very shallow roots, so when they drop a long way. Interesting shot of the waterway. Starting to bump into more people along the route now, so we'll just pause and step off to the side. As you can see, this is a little bit of an open spot for the sunlight to get in, which is all very nice. And here we have something of a grandmother tree. Very nice. Very deceased, but very nice. Still providing a home to lichen and moss. And we've had our second bonus. Little fat-assed wallaby down there. Pruning away. So that's two. Tick. People coming, so he's frozen. Just stepped off the path because I heard people coming and didn't realise I was hiding behind a tree. From their point of view, gave them a bit of a start, but I was able to point out the wallaby. Wrong time of the day, but there will be Wombatus, better known as a wombat, down there somewhere in that hole. Much stiller, slower moving, and much quieter section of the river. To sunlight there, and at the back there you can see the tree that came down to produce the sunlight space. These are some old trees. Another little bird watching niche. Not going under that again. Did my back in a little bit. But we carry on. Past the wallaby lawns. It's no wonder they're such fluffed up, fat little buggers. Two trees marking a gateway into another world. Things continue to grow though. What appeared to be a dead branch, log, trunk. Lots of growth at the top where the sun is. And on we go. Just found out from a passing walker that this is a loop, so we won't have to backtrack on ourselves. Really, everything succumbs to the soil. And we're wandering back into a more forested part. Not that we've really been out of the forest, but yeah. And a bridge, which is always nice. Although given my thing with heights, I'll just keep looking through the camera. Which might have been the halfway point, or at least the turning point. We'll see. Different country now, with the boardwalk replaced by a bitumen footpath. And more your traditional scrub out this side. Be wet sclerophyll here, I guess, but definitely eucalypts, not king billies or Huon pines. With a bit of heathy material between us and the wet sclerophyll. Always seem to get the same colours around the world with the climate. The russety colours of highland heathland. And big trees coming down. Better provisioned overtaking spots here because there's none on the boardwalk part and it's very thin, so it can get quite cosy when you're passing people. And this looks to be the vestige, the last vestige of the flowers. I assume they bloom in a bell curve type arrangement. So if the early ones or the middle ones get wiped out, you've still got some here at the end. And really quite an eerie white trunk. The path though continues on its serpentine way. You can hear the masses approaching. And I think this is King Billy from the look of the leaves. If you know better, let me know in the comments. Quite warm here where there's no overhead canopy. Sort of a transition spot between the alpine and the wet sclerophyll, I guess. And as you can see here, there's been a lot of trees down. It's all part of the cycle, particularly in the wetter areas. The nutrients just cycle through. Another graveyard of deceased trees. Giving their nutrients back to the cycle. I don't think things stay on the ground long. So I could be wrong about that. I've been wrong about a lot of things. You don't get the heat, I guess, for the decomposition, but you certainly get the moisture and the microbes. You see civilization up in the background there. Cars parked on the other side of that building. So we're just about finished our run, but we'll keep our eyes open. It's always in the last little bit. Well, so I had a fall last time I was up here, so try and avoid that. You can see how the vegetation thickens on the edge of the creek. We were much closer to it on the other side in the start of the walk. But it's quite thick and then opens up into heathland. I have no idea what these remarkable little things are. If you do, drop a comment and let us all know. I've missed the flowering. Have caught the last of the flowers on this little shrub. They must be about 3 to 5 mil across. When the water's up and running during the wetter times of the year, it flows through there, over there. Eventually it'll work its way down to the creek where the tree line is. Bit of cloud cover, it's quite pleasant here. Well, you never know, that's why I've got space blankets and lots of extra food and water in my backpack. Well, it was a short walk, not that it's over yet. The weather can turn very quickly up here. I've found a few more flowers. Just put the hand in there so you can get some idea of scale. Some more flowers. It's take a little bit longer at this end of this particular little valley, I guess, to warm up. We go from the heath to the button grass, which is a whole other look. We come back to the creek. Quite a lovely sound that. And off we go. People everywhere ahead of us. All sorts of non-king billy pines. And quite magnificent. And you can see we're going over the sheep grate again, because there's a waterway there. And you can see the button grass comes all the way down to the path. Bit of a close-up, you can see it's just made up of these strands. And we've just passed one of my favourite things in life, a precocious child. I must be getting old. Older. And one more bridge. Get us back to where we started from, but we get to look upstream. Some rather impressive, not quite Rickenbach, but falls anyway. Well, I don't think Sherlock Holmes would have too much trouble surviving those. But they really are quite pleasant. Back to civilization and a caffeine-based beverage. And you know it's civilization because there's steps. And the other sign of civilization is the high voltage equipment. And this path will get us up to that building there, which is the coffee shop.